Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. Today I'm going to react to a video by YellowFlash. Yeah. I've been following his channel for quite a while. Apparently, Ninja got cancelled for not wanting to work with women, apparently. I don't know exactly what this is about. I might be a little late to the party, but better late than never. Let's get into it.
So the streamer Ninja, who has a very big platform, 20
Yeah, he's big.
subscribers, is in some hot water. Now, the reason that he's in hot water is because of his take on the Chris Tyson situation, which I plan on breaking down Saturday on my weekly live stream. More stuff keeps coming out every day. So
yeah, that situation is insane. Discord leaks everything.
Situation. But he gave his take on it. And like Mr. Beast, I think it's pretty fair.
Let's see what his take is.
He has a audience that's primarily probably made up of kids. I'm not saying they all are. But, I mean, he plays a lot of Fortnite, stuff like that. The audience for that is kids.
Yeah, kinda. However, the kids that played Fortnite back then when Ninja was like really like starting out are now probably young adults. When did Fortnite release? 2000 what? 17, 18, 19? Some of the like 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, they're now young adults. I don't know. Maybe Fortnite isn't even that old. I have no idea. Let's continue.
And because of that, he's got to keep a certain image up. And he doesn't want
True, yeah.
So to avoid getting in trouble, he came out and said, well, I'm assuming this is from one of his streams and somebody asked him about it. And he gave this answer on why he is never alone.
I'm interested.
With another woman.
What did Ninja say?
And he's getting shit for this. And I got to say, I don't think he said anything wrong here. In fact, you know, in the height of the Me Too stuff, this is actually probably the best.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This clip that everyone's complaining about.
Roll it.
Like, I don't tell you, I don't do that. I go out of my way to make sure that I am never even alone in another room with a woman. Ever. In any moment. Like, even like my PR person. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. I don't care if they work for me, whatever, bro. There is someone else in that room at all times. If we're alone, I leave instantly. That's on like fidelity, right? As for anything else, dude, it just, I don't DM anyone, bro. I DM my boys. Like, I DM like guys in the community. No, there's no private messages going on with any girls. If there are, it's like someone like Chica, or like, you know, just like people in the space. And then I let my wife know. And then as for like people that I know, bro, if I don't know you, I am not DMing you. I don't want to get to know you, dude. I don't want to find out you're only 17. Like, like I don't tell you, I don't do that.
He said nothing wrong. I 100% agree. Okay, so the first thing. He said that he's never alone with another woman in a room. Well, that's really respectful to his wife, first of all. Second of all, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Imagine this. You have a very successful career. And then, for some reason, like a small content creator, specifically a female, DMs you, you DM back, it goes back and forth, and then literally nothing happened. And then that woman proceeds to lie about you. your whole career has a huge shit stain on it, even if it wasn't true. What she then, in this case, would have accused you of. The core problem nowadays is that if you do this, if you interact with people, and they are rats, they will attempt to drag you down. And there's most women that do content creation are normal, they don't do this. However, there is a small significant portion that does this. And those false accusations can lead to your downfall. We now live in a time where the accused has to prove their own innocence. The accuser has not to provide any evidence nowadays, because you are now guilty until proven innocent, which before it was innocent until proven guilty, or that should be the normal case. As to like DMing people in general, sure, makes absolute sense, obviously. He said that he also tells his wife, again, really respectful, I respect that a lot. Yeah, he said nothing wrong whatsoever. There are, like, me personally, if I ever, like, get the chance to turn this into something bigger, I'm not interacting with anyone, really. You couldn't catch me interacting with a lot of people, because I built this, I turned this into a successful thing. Why would I risk that with DMing somebody, anybody? I wouldn't. That'd be stupid. Which is why I don't get how Dr. Disrespect can be so dumb. He entertained a relationship with a minor, ruined probably his marriage, ruined his career. Really dumb. This is a man that learns from the mistakes of others. I can tell. Yeah, nothing much to add to this. He is 100% correct about this. Now, I could probably guess why women specifically were mad about this, because it takes away the chances of women interacting with a bigger content creator for them to grow. And if more like successful male content creators proceed to do the same, that's going to take away chances for women, for some women at least, to weasel their way into the space. It doesn't matter if it's just like Fortnite, content creation, general VTubing. The problem with this is obviously now that they now have realized, apparently, probably, I hope so, that their whole Me Too thing is even in content creation space, it is backfiring, which is really interesting. Essentially, the core thing of what Ninja said is, I can behave myself, but I don't know if others can behave themselves, so I don't interact with anyone. And if I interact with somebody, it is only people in the space, people I know, and I'll tell my wife about it. So technically, he also has an alibi for a lot of things, since he tells his wife. Really smart. Let's continue. I'm interested in the responses of this.
I go out of my way to make sure that I am never.
And I really don't see what the big deal is. If he doesn't want to talk to somebody, that's
his
business.
I told right now.
To talk to women.
I told you all right now what the problem is.
About this are of course women.
Because these women feel like they get taken away chances. Well, don't do the Me Too thing.
This pretty much cuts them off from being able to interact with him and get some of his clout.
Yeah, basically, this is what this is.
In general. are exactly the kinds of people
Yeah.
that he's right about that you wouldn't want to be.
The people that complain about this are the people you do not want to entertain any relationships with. Friendships, like intimacy, nothing. You do not want to do anything with these people.
In a DM with. Like Kotaku
Partnerships,
writer,
it doesn't matter.
Alyssa
Business
Mercanti,
things, no.
and GameSpot editor Jessica Cox.
Oh no, Alyssa McCann.
I definitely.
I cannot see that name anymore. This woman is so far away from her, from like, she's like so disconnected from society. She is so disconnected from like everything that's going on.
Would not want to have any private I would not even want to be in a room alone with them. Because you just sit down and watch TV
Based.
and come out and say something.
Absolutely based. I 100% agree.
Especially Alyssa Mercanti, who is an extreme liar, hardcore SJW feminist. She lives in.
I dislike this woman so much.
Now the other one I don't know too much about, but she's a GameSpot editor, so I'm going to just assume she's the worst kind of person.
It's always like, oh, she works for like video game journalists. She probably sucks. And to be fair, I have rarely seen like game journalists, like of any kind, being good people. This is not something that exists.
Pretty much the best examples of why journalism is in the state it is, and why nobody trusts journalists. But this is from Grums. It says, at Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercanti and at GameSpot editor Jessica Cogswell go after Ninja for saying he will not be alone in a room with another woman. Look, ladies, the two of you are the height of Me Too and believe hysteria. Nobody should ever be in a room alone with either of you.
Yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't.
Here. So, he said this forever ago, and
I have some audio issues. I hope it's fixed now.
This line of thinking is so deeply misogynistic. You do you, I guess, but you are admitting that you see a woman's presence as inherently sexual. You are
no. He sees a woman's like presence as a threat, and that is your fault. The majority of successful men probably see a woman's like presence. Well, if it's not like a family member or like a wife, a girlfriend, as a threat nowadays. That is because of you. The majority of women aren't like this, but there are some women that are like you. You are a threat.
Contributing to the gaming industry remaining a boys' club.
It is majority a boys' club. Let's look at this from like there was like something Capcom did, and the amount of women that voted on that were 14%. The other were around like 58. Women were like around like 14-15%, and men were like 48, 80. Like that. Wait a minute. 85 and 84%. The lie. There's a lie going around that 50% of all gamers are women. Is a lie. That is a blatant lie. 15 and 85% pretty much makes a lot of sense. It is a male-dominated space. It will always be a male-dominated space because women are into different things. Especially esports, women aren't that competitive. There are some women that are really good and really competitive, but that does not change the fact that esports is dominated by men. We have a lot of female teams, but those can barely compete with the men. That's just the way it is.
How much money is this dude? If I had as much fame and influence and said I don't work with men and won't be in the same room as one, the backlash would be astounding.
No. That will be empowering. You don't need a man.
Already blocked one person who retweeted and essentially said maybe he just doesn't want women to make stuff up and take control of the narrative like you're already doing, thus proving his point. Because I have literally zero desire to deal with anyone annoying and people who hate women. It has nothing to do with hating women.
Yeah, it hasn't. This has nothing to do with
I don't think
hating
he
women.
hates women.
None whatsoever.
He just doesn't want to get in trouble because of liars that have ruined it for a lot of people. Like Amber Heard, for example.
Ugh.
She is the face of lies.
My dog stepped on a
And
bee.
there's stories out there of just crazy shit. There's a guy who, this is the wildest story. Let me see if I can pull this up. Here it is. So this is an old story. This is from 2019. I just want to point that out. This didn't happen yesterday.
From the Daily Wire, I don't
I
know.
still think that it applies to this situation. A woman who had a car problem, was broke down, couldn't go anywhere, so a Good Samaritan stopped, tried to help, and for some reason, she tried to say that he did some horrible things to her, ruined his life.
He probably very likely didn't, because she lied about it. We all know this. Yeah, let me guess. She totally lied about this.
And then walked it back. Well, I don't remember if she admitted that it was a lie or what, but he didn't do any of that. And he had his life ruined. For what? Helping somebody? I mean, listen to what he has to say here. I always help people all my life.
This is a tactic. This is a tactic. They want to disencourage you to help. There was like this one video where like this girl got robbed and the dude just sat there and watched. They want to disincentivize you to help others. First of all, it makes men look worse. It makes men look worse, and it makes people split people even more. This is a tactic, in my opinion, by all these woke movements.
Life, he said, and this was the first time a snake bit me. The 36-year-old said he'll probably never help again. You know, I don't want that to happen again.
The thing I want to say is,
this woman says that he did awful things to her. Why would you do that? Well, this gets her some attention in the media.
yeah, it gets her some attention. Like the problem with all this stuff is now
when they come to
that
because they're kind
well,
of
it obviously takes away chances for people to become successful.
Problems. So here's the next one from Alyssa Mercanti.
Oh God!
Senior editor over at GameStop.
What brain rot are we going to see?
Kotaku. It's tough, you know. You get failing businesses mixed up. This is why gamers are not okay. A misogynistic culture that continues to demonize women and folks while glorifying mediocre for outright problematic straight white men.
Not once were just women were mentioned. I don't know. It is always funny how you mention just one thing and they bring in another. It was strictly about women. God.
So that's the going-ons with all this.
What kind of nonsense?
There's only two. I'm surprised there's not more articles on this smearing him.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because all of these websites like GameRant and Kotaku and Polygon, like they just pretty much exist.
I find this so awful.
Everything and burn everything down, because that's how they've made it their bread and butter.
Yeah, basically.
Forever. So here's one of the headlines down here. Ninja avoids being alone with a woman to protect his marriage and avoid potential drama or clickbait content in his streaming career.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty much.
This will help him not get in any trouble. I don't understand the problem here, but It's for the reasons I said. There's a lot of people that are going to miss out on cloud for that.
Yeah, exactly. That is the point. This is why they do this.
The ones that you don't want to be in DMs with, like the 2 game journalists I highlighted before.
Alyssa McConte and
some viewed them
that other chick.
Implying women might tempt men if alone in a room.
This is absurd.
I don't think those 2 women I highlighted would tempt anybody, to be honest. It's the fact that you could
true and real.
Say nothing.
You would want to stay away from them.
Arrested later because they fabricate some bullshit, just like AH. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I just thought this was interesting, and don't.
Me
worry,
too, because
we will be going over Chris Tyson on Saturday, 10 p.m.
It's just
time. Come check it out on this channel. It's going to be a crazy.
So to my view, he is 100% correct. He is a very successful man. He wants to protect that success. He wants to protect his marriage. That is 100% respectable. And the people that complain about this complain because they now can't weasel their way into the space and not do anything for it, not work for this. That's as simple as it gets. They cannot chase the clout, as you would say. Which is why they are mad and spin the narrative that what he said was misogynistic. However, they don't really, they don't seem to use their brain that much and they don't think about what he said. Which is a problem a lot of people seem to have recently. It just... Our society is so, flipped upside down. It is insane. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this. I guess I hope that you understand my point. It totally makes sense what Ninja said. That's just my view. I hope I can see you in the next one. Take care, guys.